Joseph Stalin. His death, March 5th, 1953, marked the end of a long page in Soviet history. The professional revolutionary who rose from humble beginnings to become dictator of more than 1/6 of the earth. In the shadow of Nikolai Lenin, he moved with ruthless plan through revolutions and struggle for power within the Bolshevik circle. His arch-rival, Trotsky, the warlord, he later disposed of with craft and patience. Lenin had become seriously ill, and he who had taken the revolutionary name Stalin, which means man of steel, upon the death of Lenin in 1924, was ready for the role of successor. He organized 5-year plans to industrialize and socialize his country. Molotov and Mikoyan can be recognized in early news film with Stalin. This was the type of propaganda Stalin permitted to be shown to the world. He himself was born in Georgia, a province in southern Russia, and was a member of one of the more than 170 national minorities living in the Soviet Union. The portrait of hero was sharply in contrast to the absolute ruler who carried out sweeping purges in the 1930s. So-called Moscow trials sent many of Stalin's early colleagues to their death. Here was a rare sound recording of the voice of the Generalissimo and Premier of the Soviet Union.
От имени советского правительства и нашей большевистской партии приветствую и поздравляю вас.
Year after year, Stalin's strength grew. He had been deified by his followers until none under communist sway could mention his name except in reverence. He ordered the history of the revolution entirely rewritten to make the new generation believe Stalin was indeed Lenin's only chosen successor. None dared question him. Look closely. You'll recognize Nikita Khrushchev applauding. His time had not arrived. During World War II, when Stalin sat with world leaders, he showed he could be very friendly when the need arose. He could be equally venomous later, as history was to prove. His greatest prize was unquestionably the treaty with Mao Zedong of Red China. In 1952, Stalin replaced the Politburo with the even more powerful Presidium, with himself as chairman and first secretary of the Secretariat. Among the red brass present were two figures whom violent Soviet change was to reckon with. Malenkov, later Stalin's hapless successor as premier, and Beria, marked for execution. Red Square was the scene of spectacles which became familiar through the release of news film from Moscow. There were no pictures released of the millions in forced labor camps. Stalin's death at 73 brought only new struggles for power within the Soviet Union.